Petrona Villas-Boas knows the dangers of living close to soya farms all too well. In 2003, her son, Silvino Talavera, was sprayed with chemicals as he cycled back from the village.
Después vino el doctor, 8:30 por ahí, y miraba a Silvino y le dije, señora, ¿qué pasó en su hijo? Su hijo está totalmente envenenado, su hijo totalmente tenía un tóxico altamente peligroso. Ahí yo ya metí mi cabeza y lloraba, desesperada ahí. Y ya no podía caminar más, ¿verdad? Y grande es mi hijo. Y después, ¿qué pasó? Mi hijo está totalmente paralizado ya. Y a las 3 ya Silvino ya murió, ya. No podía.
The Supreme Court in Paraguay sentenced the two farmers to 2 years in jail for the death of Silvino, but community workers say that they are unlikely to serve their sentence. Almost all of the soya grown in Latin America is controlled by a handful of multinational companies such as Monsanto, Bunge, ADM, and Cargill. Even as hunger and food insecurity rises, these companies are making ever-increasing profits with the sale of patented seeds, pesticides, and fertilizers. Much of the soy is sent to Europe, where it's used as a cheap and protein-rich animal feed in factory farms across the continent. Most consumers in Europe are unaware that the meat and dairy products that they eat are made from animals that have been fed on genetically engineered soya, or that this soya has been grown on deforested land that has displaced thousands of local communities. The widespread deforestation of Latin America to feed European farm animals has huge implications for climate change as well. Global meat and dairy production is now responsible for 18% of global greenhouse gas emissions, more than the entire transport sector. There is a solution, however, and it is much closer to home. Hani van Beek is a farmer and the chairman of the Dutch Arable Farming Union in the Netherlands.
Op dit moment is het zo dat de soja die naar Europa wordt geïmporteerd, die is zo goedkoop dat Europese boeren daar niet tegen kunnen concurreren. Dat komt omdat die productie ten koste gaat van het milieu en van de mensen in Zuid-Amerika.
Europe must stop its reliance on damaging soy. It must support farming in South America that produces food for its own people rather than for animals in Europe. European producers should also be encouraged to farm in a way that does not damage the environment and communities overseas.
Als alternatief voor soja in veevoer zouden we in Europa heel goed erwten, veldbonen, granen, lupine kunnen telen, ook grasklaver.
Better food in farming is possible, but we need urgent political action to change the current system.
At the moment, factory farming of meat and dairy in Europe is not benefiting people or the environment. We need to stop factory farming our meat and dairy and use homegrown feeds and more extensive farming. The only way that this can be done is to completely overhaul the way the government supports agriculture in Europe, to shift subsidies away from factory farming and towards better quality farming.